Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome back to Model Kit Monday. This week we'll be taking a look at the Lightning Gundam and the Lightning Backpack Weapon System Mark II, so that we can have the Lightning Gundam full Burnern. And without further ado, let's start with the Lightning Gundam and then upgrade the guy. The Lightning Gundam is Kosaka Yuma's custom mobile suit based on the REGZ. I have no clue what that mobile suit was, so that's where I'm going to end the whole build custom portion of this review. Now, the Lightning Gundam is a custom built mobile suit, but it is a neat one, and is slightly frustrating to Gunpla collectors that you have to buy basically 3 kits for one Gunpla, as he had a Mark I back weapon system, and then he has the Mark II, neither of which are included in the base set, which is just the Lightning Gundam with a few weapons. So there is that. Now the Lightning Gundam itself looks really nice. It's really tall compared to other kits, and I'll show that off a little bit. But he is really nice looking. I do like the blues. I like the color blue. The random red in the chest kind of looks out of place almost, but it kind of flows. The yellow accents are nice. Looks really good. Overall, sticker-wise, there's 2 stickers here. There's ones on his arms. I believe just his eyes, and that's about, and the little green circles, and that's about it. So, not bad sticker-wise. Also, he's quite articulated. Being a sniper guy, he needs a lot of articulation. So he's got a ball joint neck with the additional neck joint. He's got the shoulders that are ball jointed, plus the inward and outward movement. You got the arms that move all the way out here. They rotate, double joint elbow, ball joint wrist, torso articulation, kind of a waist joint as well. Legs that move out, forward, back, swivel, double joint knee, and an ankle that pivots with a toe joint that works backwards because transformations. So, really cool overall. I do like the range of movement in this guy. His weapons are also pretty neat. First of all, you get a weapon handle, and this weapon handle can be equipped with 2 different pieces. You can have this smaller gun, which will allow for him to have a beam rifle of a little bit smaller and more manageable size. So you can just kind of wield this one like you would any other beam rifle, no problem. So you got that going on, which is pretty sweet, but personally I like to upgrade this thing just a little bit more to the full-on sniper rifle. Now this sniper rifle is quite large because it is taller than him. So that requires a few additional parts. First of all, you're going to need this piece. And this piece will be an attachment piece onto the side here to give it an additional handle with a joint. So you can pose that. And also, this allows for that to be plugged into the circle there. And then you also need a shield. And this shield will also double as a sniper rifle stand, but it can plug onto the back of his arm, which is pretty cool. But right now, he can't really do anything with the position he's in, so let's fix him up a bit. It looks pretty sweet when you get it set up, and honestly, you could probably do even better, like having him crouch down on one knee and put him up on like a hill. You have him up on a shelf, peering down at you. But he's really cool, and I do like the sniper rifle in its full size. It works really well as being a sniper, which is probably the biggest strength of this kit by itself. But he does have one other weapon, and that would be his beam saber. Now he actually includes 2, and they're hidden underneath his skirt armor here, which I think is pretty sweet. I like the hidden attack function of having, oh, I don't have any beam sabers. Oh, yes, I do, but it's hidden under armor. But yeah, beam saber's nice. It works like a beam saber, but I think that the hidden aspect gives it a little bit more variety and makes it cooler. Speaking of making this guy cooler, let's bring in that backpack weapon. So here we have the Lightning Back Weapon System Mark II, which is a backpack that is also a plane, which is pretty sweet. Now I'm using my GP base to display this, so you can see that it also shakes on a GP base. Now what's cool about this is that it is a bunch of weapons, essentially, as you get extra thrusters for the Lightning Gundam, you get extra guns here, you get a new gun attachment. That's about it. It doesn't really add a whole lot. I think the Mark I backpack system actually added more, but you can actually interact with parts from the Lightning Gundam. First of all, the beams from the beam sabers can plug in here and be firing projectile or beam out of the front guns, which is pretty neat. And then you can also take the handle of the Lightning Gundam's gun and plug it onto this new piece that we got here, which gives it kind of this railgun look. I need this here. And then you can take the back weapons here, go underneath, take your recently dropped gun, and plug it in right there. And now you got kind of an underslung gun, which is kind of neat, but overall not too necessary in the grand scheme of things. But this backpack system does allow for a new thing with Lightning Gundam, and that is a transformation into a bird mode. So the Lightning Gundam's bird mode is interesting. It's a lot of parts forming. Naturally, it's the Gundam transforming. But it is quite heavy, and it's too heavy for my GP base. So, sorry GP base, you don't get to be in the video anymore. Now, the thing with this mode is that there's a ton of weight sitting on this front section, and it's all being held together by that polycap in the Lightning Gundam's belly. So, yeah, I don't really recommend keeping it in this mode too long, because this will eventually pop off. Just at the waist, he'll come apart. You might need to replace that polycap if there's too much strain. But it is a decent mode. It's just really heavy, and that heaviness transfers over to the full Burnern mode. So here's a Lightning Gundam full Burnern, which looks pretty cool, but he's got one major flaw. He falls over really easily. So I'm going to need to put him up on a stage to review him the rest of the way. So overall, the form looks really nice, as he's got this really cool backpack going on with a lot of different weapon options, especially this railgun, which I think looks pretty cool and is honestly my favorite part of this. This thing is awesome in the show when it's in its full Burnern mode, but as a gunpla, his legs just have no weight to them, and his torso is constantly leaning back because of this backpack is just so heavy. So it kind of doesn't work as well in gunpla form. It really needs something to beef up his legs a bit to hold him down better. This is just too much weight back here. Now, he does have a couple options here with his weapons. First of all, these guns up here can be positioned downward. So we're just going to remove that and push that down and then clip this back in. This will allow for these guns to attach to his shoulders, which kind of helps with the stability actually. And all we got to do is make sure that everything's back in place, because we took his whole back panel off and not just the backpack. And these will tab into his shoulders like this and like that. And you can see now you got guns that can actually be used. You could put the beams back into those guns if you like, but not totally necessary. What also you can do is plug the gun. You can actually attach two ways here. I'll just pull them off the stage for this. What's neat is that you can have it just kind of loose, but then if you want that full blast attack, you actually line it up with that piece and the one in the shoulder so that you have this awesome gun that is mounted quite well. And because of this, you won't have any issues of that part falling apart. And you can attach the little scope on the side and give him his other hand as a handle for this pose. But things get really crowded really quickly. And then you have hand pieces falling off. So yeah, the reason I showed that last segment on camera is I really wanted to show how difficult it is to pose this guy. Parts are always falling off of him, and it's not necessarily the way he was built, but more so the way he's designed. His arms really don't have enough clearance, especially with these things attached to them, which is how you're supposed to do it. So yeah, getting him to pose properly is tricky, and I have lost the front cover to his hand now. I'll have to find it, but yeah, that's kind of gone at the moment, as it dropped off, and I don't know where it went. So that sucks. But yeah, Lightning Gundam's got a few problems. So overall, Lightning Gundam Full Burnern is kind of a disappointment in a lot of regards. I really thought that adding the Mark II backpack system would improve the Lightning Gundam and give him more to do, but all it really did was weigh him down significantly and made him harder to pose. In fact, I can't even get him to stand in a pose unless he's on a Tamashii stage, which is really sad because I really like the design, but the function is a little less so. But he's still a solid gunpla on his own, without the backpack system, and the backpack system weighs him down. But if you're just going to pose him once or twice and display him, he's good, but in function, he's not as good. Definitely leans more towards being an artistic gunpla than a battle-built one. But overall, that's the Lightning Gundam. That's all for this week, but stay tuned for next week, as we are going to take a look at the final member of Team Tri-Fighters, the star-winning Gundam. And be sure to check out Hirotaka.com for all your Gundam news and more, and stay tuned for more videos here on Soundout 12, as every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday there is a new review. And tonight is the Sound saying goodbye.